Numbers 32 and 36 on worksheet 4.1, where we're asked to factor each trinomial. These are the ones I'm going to look at here. For number 32, since I have pretty small numbers, I'm going to go ahead and do this by kind of trial by error. It's almost guess and check. There's a lot of ways you can do this factoring. You can do the diamond and the box. You can do factoring by grouping. But here I'm just going to use good old-fashioned trial and error. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to look at what two x values, x's, can multiply to give me 2x squared. Now the reason I'm doing this, these numbers are nice and small. The 2's, there's not many options with 2. All that gives me is 2x and x. Those are the only things that will multiply to give me 2x squared. And then here I need factors of 2 again, so it's either 1 and 2 or 2 and 1. I'm going to try 1 and 2. It says these are all addition. That means these are both going to be plus in here. Now I'm not 100% sure right now if I did that correctly. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to multiply this out to check. So I'm going to do 2x times x is 2x squared. I like that so far. 2x times 2 is positive 4x. 1 times x is positive x. 1 times 2 is positive 2. 4x plus x gives me 5x. That is correct. So now I know I've done it right. I've done it correctly. Now switching to 36. One big difference, if you look at the 2, you have 2, 5, and 2 easy numbers to deal with. Here you have, all of a sudden you got an 80. You got a 6 and 2. So the 2 is still there, so we know right off the bat, like before, it's going to be 2x and x. But now I've got to deal with this. Now, one thing you can do, and actually I might have written that too quickly. Notice that 2 goes into all three of these numbers. What I'm going to do is first, I'm going to factor out a 2. It becomes x squared minus 3x minus 40. And now, if you are comfortable with doing the diamond method, since this is a 1 in front, diamond actually should finish this for us. So I made a mistake there. I'm going to scribble that out. I'm going to start with a 2, but I'm going to factor this into the 2 factors here. Now in the diamond method, I can take my negative 40 and multiply by the front. I get negative 40. I'm taking negative 40 times the 1 in front. The negative 3 goes in the bottom. These now have to multiply to give me negative 40, add to give me negative 3. And I think that's 10, no, 8 and 5, there we go, 8 and 5. And I think that's negative 8 times positive 5, because these will multiply now to give me negative 40, and these will add to give me negative 3. Again, because we now have the 1 in front of x squared, I can now just go ahead and put x and x, and I can put minus 8 and positive 5. So there is my factored version. Now originally I put the 2x there. You could have done that, but you'd have another step to get that 2 out. So taking that 2 out in the beginning kind of saved that little bit of work. There's my factored version of number 36.